Yo, what up YouTube? Rebirth here, back at it with another video. Today we're going to be testing the Quickshifter that I just installed a couple of days ago. It's the first Quickshifter that I've ever had on any bike, so it'll be really fun to test it out. I also got these frame sliders installed, which will be really useful if I ever like drop the bike or anything like that. Now, it's a beautiful sunny afternoon on a Friday, but it's still really cold, so I don't think I'm going to push it that hard. I have gone out on a few rides with the Quickshifter already, but this will be my first time recording it, so it'll be a really fun experience. And these roads typically don't have a lot of traffic, so it'll be really nice. So we'll start in first gear, just because I think it's fun to go through every gear, and I'm just gonna That was really fun. So I was giving it about 30 to 40% throttle there. I wasn't really going in all the way because this is an area where there are farm vehicles and people live here and stuff, and kids sometimes play on the road, so I don't want to be like too crazy with it. But yeah, you know, that was pretty sick. I do know that it will work at a lower RPM as well, but it's much jerkier, and especially like gears 1 to 2, you know, it's pretty much unusable. Well, I don't want to say it's unusable, but it's super jerky from 1 to 2. I do find that it works better in the higher gears, like after 3, just because the gear ratios are much closer together. See, right there, it was a lot jerkier than when I was going at it with a bit more throttle and a bit higher RPM. When I first got this Quickshifter, I wasn't really knowing what to expect. I sort of just thought in my head that it would be like, you know how in a car, you'll have paddle shifters and you can hit up? I thought it would be like that, but it's not really like that, right? Because there's no clutch being actuated here, unlike something like an 8-speed automatic or a DCT. And this is definitely more of like a twisty road, canyon, or track Quickshifter than like a convenience Quickshifter, right? This is a cable throttle. It's not an electronic throttle, so it's not going to be as smooth as, you know, something like my friend's Ibex, for example. This also doesn't blip down, so keep that in mind if you have an R7 and you want to install a Quickshifter. I paid around 300 Canadian for the Quickshifter. I was asking the local dealer how much they would charge to install it for me, and they gave me a quote of $89 plus tax, and I'm like, oh, see, that was like super jerky there. Anyway, they quoted me $89 plus tax, and I was like, nah, I don't think I'll do that, and I just installed it myself, right? The R7 first gen is actually pre-wired for the Quickshifter, so it's fairly easy to install. It's very plug and play. You basically just remove the old shift linkage and install the system, and plug it into the gray port in the front here. The hardest part about the install was just getting the shifter to the right length, which I don't even think I did correctly. It's about 280 millimeters. I think I'm a bit over that or a bit under that, I can't remember. But all that does is adjust the angle of the foot shifter, so I don't think they'll actually like do anything. But yeah, for like $300 just flat plus like 45 minutes of work, I think it's like a fairly good deal. So the biggest reason why I didn't bother installing this on the CBR 500R is because there's no OEM accessory for that, meaning you'd have to get an aftermarket Quickshifter from something like Heeltech, for example, right? They make one, and what you'd have to do is actually install it and then link the wiring into the engine's cylinder head. I think that's what it is. And you have to do something really weird where you have to like lift the gas tank and stuff, and I couldn't be bothered to do it. Plus, when I asked the mobile mechanic how much it would cost, she was saying to me that it would cost like over like $200 to install. So you're looking at like a $400 or $500 Quickshifter plus like a $200 install on a bike that I knew that I wasn't going to keep. See, I wonder if the second gen R7 that's coming out is going to be smoother than this, because it's they're getting the ride-by-wire throttle where it goes up and down as well for the Quickshifter. But I'd say overall, I'm pretty happy with this, you know? I can definitely see this getting some use, especially merging onto a highway from an off-ramp, or in the twisty canyon roads where you're like exiting a corner and you want to like open up the throttle and just go. If you watch my older videos, or even the more recent ones, I actually do a technique called clutchless shifting, where you roll off the throttle and then you roll back on the throttle, and the whole time you're putting pressure on the shift lever upward. And the idea is that you're rolling back the throttle enough to slip the next gear. And the reason that's different is because you're not letting off the throttle all the way, so it does feel a little bit different, and it is cool, but I got kind of tired of doing it all the time, and I just wanted something a little bit more convenient without taking away the fun of manual shifting, and this really suits that need. You see those boats? I'm not really sure where I am, but I believe those are BC ferries. Really cool. You guys ever just like ride out and not really have a destination in mind, and you discover parts of your city that you didn't know existed? And it's really cool because, you know, I've never been to this part of town before, even though I've lived here most of my life. Massey Tunnel. A lot of traffic. So in terms of other mods that I'm planning to do, I definitely want a full system exhaust on the R7. It's really hard to hear the exhaust stock. It's not a bad sounding exhaust when you do hear it, but it's just like super quiet, man. And I'm looking at either the Yoshimura R77, the M4, or the Leo Vince Evo. And if any of you watching have any opinions, feel free to let me know. It does suck that with the new generation of sort of 650 to 800 cc parallel twins, they put the exhaust like all the way on the bottom, and it's like welded together in a way that a slip-on won't fit. So you pretty much have to do a full system. I am leaning more towards the R77 though. Just gonna cruise by the water one more time here. It is a very, very beautiful day. Look at that. It'd be nice if it wasn't so cold, but I think I'm enjoying this. The sun is like directly in my eyes though. That kind of sucks. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.